Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Ladies and gentlemen, these African nations that Donald Trump is shipping these illegals to because they're claiming their homelands won't take them back, these countries are not happy. Now, 5 were sent to, well, it used to be called Swaziland. It's no longer called that. It's called Eswatini. And 5 migrants were recently sent over to them. So once they got them, they now have them detained in solitary confinement at their correctional center. And they're not happy about this. And I don't blame them. They feel like Donald Trump is using their countries as a garbage can. And they feel that, it's not right, but they're accepting these people anyway. So, y'all, it gets deep. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the story, and then I'll come right back with the rest of my commentary. U.S. begins deporting migrants to Eswatini amid third country policy rollout. The Biden-era Supreme Court recently overturned a lower court injunction, granting the Trump administration renewed authority to deport migrants not to their home countries, but to other nations willing to take them. This shift enables rapid third country removals without notification or asylum processes. 5 migrants deported to Eswatini. 5 foreign nationals convicted of serious crimes, such as murder and child rape, were flown from the U.S. to Eswatini. They originate from Vietnam, Jamaica, Cuba, Yemen, and Laos. The Department of Homeland Security described them as uniquely barbaric individuals whose home countries refuse to repatriate on them, held in solitary transit status in Eswatini. Once in Eswatini, the men are being held in solitary confinement in undisclosed prisons, likely under the supervision of max security authorities. Eswatini's government states the men are in transit and will eventually be repatriated with U.S. coordination and assistance from the UN's International Organization for Migration, IOM. However, the IOM has not yet been contacted. Prior use of third country deportations. This is part of the broader Trump-era policy that has previously deported migrants to South Sudan, Rwanda, El Salvador, Panama, and Costa Rica, even when these individuals had no ties to those countries. Ethical and legal concerns. Human rights advocates have protested the practice, labeling it secretive, potentially illegal, and possibly violating non-refoulement protections against sending individuals to places where they may face persecution or torture. Eswatini, Africa's last absolute monarchy, has faced scrutiny over government-authorized crackdowns on dissidents and allegations of prison abuse, heightening worries about detainees' treatment. What's next? There is no clear timeline for repatriation to the migrants' home countries. The legal status of this policy remains under review in federal court, with critics calling for greater transparency, oversight, and respect for human rights. Bottom line, under the restored third country deportation plan, the U.S. is sending non-citizens with criminal convictions to countries like Eswatini when their home countries refuse them. 5 men are now in a temporary solitary confinement. in Eswatini awaiting repatriation with unclear international engagement. The policy's legality and ethics remain hotly debated as advocates and global oversight groups continue to watch. These African nations are saying they feel offended that their countries are being used as a dumping ground for these deportees. They don't know these people. They want to make sure they don't cause any harm to their country or their citizens. So on their arrival, they are confined until they get more information about these people because they don't know who you're flying people in. They don't know who you're flying in. And now Donald Trump said they made agreements, but the way these African nations are sounding, y'all, it sounds as if they felt pressured into taking these people from the US. So we already know about El Salvador and Eswatini. They said they take them, but you can tell they really don't want to. And the US has also approached Nigeria, and they have been pressuring Nigeria to also take these foreign deportees in. So it's, I don't know what kind of agreement it is if these African nations are saying that the US is applying pressure on these nations to take these people. And the US is also putting pressure on not only African nations, some of these African nations will be taking in Venezuelans. So apparently they're not taking all their people back in Venezuela, and they will soon be going out somewhere in Africa and look like the next destination may be Nigeria. So, in the case of Nigeria, they're citing that they'll take these people because they don't want any increase in the tariffs. So, I guess that's why they're going to do it. Wow. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Some people are saying that this is a human rights issue that the United States is committing. But Donald Trump don't believe in going by rules. He wouldn't care if you even used the term human rights. He wouldn't even care. He'll just continue right on doing what he's doing right now. So y'all, tell me what you think about this video. I mean, it's not much we can do to help these folks, but for some reason, we just keep getting approached by everybody. We can't do anything. Our community do not set policies for immigration. We're not immigrants, and we have no control over this situation. So the fact that some of y'all keep coming and talking to us like we're going to change the minds of these people that got this stuff in place, we're not. Nobody from the Republican Party is going to listen to us. And quite frankly, we don't want to listen to them either. That thing is mutual. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.